What's going on, everybody? This is Al from PlaybookGamer.com, and today I'm excited to talk about another new version to my master playbook file, and that is 4.5 beta. I say beta because we are still looking at some back-end stuff in terms of memory and see if anything is wrong with the file. I've been doing a ton of testing with what I'm about to show you today, and I've had no problems yet, but that doesn't mean that it won't happen. So just be cautious of that if you're going to use this file. Now, this video is going to cover all the new stuff, and the new stuff is two formations from NCAA 07. JD Halfrack, the guy who created the editor, who's really good on the back end of things, was able to take out a couple of formations from like the skills challenges feature in the game, which gave us space to add two more formations without actually having to take out anything else. And that's what we're going to look at today. Shotgun wing tight end is the first one. I picked this formation because I wanted an offset tight end where you could do more cool run concepts, which we'll look at here in a little bit. And the other formation is shotgun trio offset. I wanted to pick a formation that had this offset halfback look where you could get more vertical with your run game. And it also has a trips look on the left side, and we don't have anything close to this in 06. So these are the two new formations in 4.5 beta. Now, let's look at the plays themselves. Now, the formation, we'll just start off with wing tight end. If you notice, all of the sub-packages pulled over correctly. You got normal, halfback slot, backup QB, fullback, typical stuff you see in 06, wide receiver flip. Here's a really cool one, fullback wing. You could put your fullback in here instead of your tight end, which is really neat. Strong slot, wide receiver slot, 4 wide receivers, which is another good one as well. Really no different than gun normal, but again, you got an offset tight end, which means you can get really cool, funky stuff with your run game. So let's look at some plays. Starting off, I went ahead, we pulled over the formation and the plays, and I've also updated those plays. Starting off, P.A. Reed, this is no different than the one from gun normal. Exact same routes and whatnot. I fixed it to where it's run blocking, if you need to hand it off to your running back and such. This is where things get fun. Halfback split zone. Notice what this tight end is doing. He is pulling to the left side, and this is just a basic run play, and we can go ahead and fool around with that. Let's just go here. It's just really cool to see this tight end pull like that, and you can work off of that and do some serious damage. Like, looks like they're going man here. It's a hard shift. Maybe I want to cut up a little bit or get around. Really good stuff. It's very enjoyable, and this is just the start of it. This is the reason why I picked this formation, was because of this tight end pulling. He can help you out. Look how quick he pulls too, which is great. Sometimes you can find a gaping hole up the middle. Sometimes you got to go to the outside. Really neat. Now everybody and their brother's shifting over. I may just go up the gut right here as such. Really good, simple stuff, but you got a pulling tight end. Really neat. Arrows is another one. I don't think I made any changes to it that came from 07. Halfback angle, I changed a couple routes there. Otherwise, it's still really no different than my version in normal, or gun normal, I should say. Here we got counter trap. This is another pulling tight end, but this time we got a pulling guard. Now, if you remember, I took out pretty much all the pulling guards and tackles from the other run plays in the game because I thought they didn't work all that great. Well, what's interesting is certain routes or blocking routes work pretty well. For example, and this may not work out well, just depending. Look how quickly the guard pulls. That was the biggest reason why I took out the pulling guard in the past, but he pulls really quick. Now it's just up to your offensive line to block, and in this case, these guys didn't block too well. But we can go back and do it again. But having this much firepower coming off the outside is really cool. I mean, you can do some serious things with it. Really neat play. Again, notice the theme. Pulling tight end. This time we got a pulling guard to go with it. Scissors in, that is an 07 play. I didn't have to change anything to it. I thought the routes work really well together. Curls, I done some work on this one. I think this was like an all curls look. I changed it up where you got better route spacing. Now we got QB choice. This was not in gun normal to begin with. Now it is in this formation. And guess what? We got another pulling tight end. That's the big theme with this particular formation. So we can come over here. Looks like they're going gun zone, or they're going zone nickel. I'm going to hand this ball off. I like the numbers on the left side, and look at all this blocking. Woo, that's pretty fun right there. I'm not going to lie. Really cool to see your tight end pull. You get to the side if you want to keep it with the quarterback or hand it off. I'm going to hand it off. And look at all this running room. Look at all these guys blocking for you. Incredible play. Really neat. This may be my thumbnail for this one. Really cool to see something like that. Really neat. So again, that's the theme of the formation. Let's keep going. Next up, we have Deep Attack. I brought that over from Gun Spread. I just had to put something there. Really neat there. Then you got Corners. This is just another updated version of whatever was in 07. I think I added a swing route and like a deep out. Really cool route combinations. QB Wrap. Let's talk about this. This is the best run concept in 07, in my opinion. This is QB choice, but with the tackle pulling. This is technically a dart concept. That's what they call it in real life. It's dart when you got the tackle pulling and going up the field. So let's go and select QB Wrap. They're going man. That shift, I can either keep it with a quarterback or I can hand it off to the halfback, do something like this. Really neat, but that guard or that tackle pulls so well. And I may not be able to show it off too well here. Something like this looks really well. Again, look how quickly this tackle pulls. Really quick. And from there, you just find a hole and get whatever yards you can. Really neat concept. I got Vince Young. I can keep this if I want. Do something like this. It's just another QB choice, another zone read, more or less. Really neat concept. I love it. One of the few things playbook-wise I really liked about 07. So we brought that over. Now we got to show the tight end some love. We've had him pulling for the last 15 minutes. We got him pulling on a play-action play. So if I can go, like, for example, we'll go cover 2 man. Really neat little man beater for your tight end. Exact same look. Go over here, and then he's off to the races after that. You can work it off the left hash, bring him over here. Be a good little short side zone beater. Of course, we're still going man. I can still bring it over here and give him the ball. Really neat. Again, I love this formation because of this tight end doing some really cool things. Let's keep going. Speed option, pretty simple. Halfback dive. This used to be a halfback draw. I've done the same makeover I've done with all the other gun draws or in the earlier versions of the playbook file. Now it's basic halfback dive, and we can show that. Very simple. It just cuts right up the field, and there you go. Huge hole to get a big gain. Really neat there, and the big thing is everybody run blocks correctly, you know, I mean, when they're supposed to, but everybody's getting a push, that type of thing, but just a great play. Very simple. I'm glad that it's in there now. Next up, we have Y-Stick. I brought that over from my version that's over in Gun Normal. Halfback Direct, I kept that in there if anybody wants to use it. You got to remember, in Gun Normal, this is not in that formation. Well, now it's in this particular formation. Now we got QB Power. Notice we got slant blocking. I actually left that in there because it actually works kind of well for whatever reason. But we got a pulling guard. We'll go ahead and select this. Really good concept. Do something like this. Hopefully I can show this off pretty well. Looks like we're going zone. You can flip it. I can go over in this direction. Just good defense there. Maybe I can pull off a really decent one here. This might be a good one. High snap didn't help, but that's okay. We got a good run to the outside. Just another good QB run that I think you're going to enjoy. I really like some of the route combinations on the offensive line there. Next, we got halfback screen. I brought that over from Gun Normal. And that is it. So wing tight end is going to be a really cool formation. I'm going to use this in my dynasty. That's what's going to be weird. I'm going to really test. I hope it doesn't mess anything up. But I'm going to use this instead of like Gun Normal. And we're going to have some really cool stuff in the run game. Now let's look at trio offset. We can look at the sub packages. You got a 4 wide receiver look. If you want to put your 4th receiver right there, you can. Really cool. Strong slot, wide receiver slot, backup QB, fullback, halfback sub, and halfback slot. Let's look at some plays. Curl flat. I changed a couple things here. This came from 07. I just gave it better route spacing and such. Halfback dive, exactly what we saw at a wing tight end. Same routes and such. PA dagger is another nice play if you want to go, for example, go against cover 2 man. You can work this off either hash, but it's really nasty. Do something like this because you can get your tight end wide open and let him do some damage on the strong side of the field. Next up, we have PA read. I corrected the run blocking and such. We got pretty decent route spacing. You got a ghost concept on the back end. Out route, really good. Halfback zone. This is a little bit of a different route than halfback dive. You go to the outside a little bit more. Now in 07, every one of these guys done a zone blocking or that slant blocking. Well, I took it out because it didn't block all that well. Now you got better blocking if you just do straight ahead, but at least you could go to the outside if you need to. Kind of depends on your guards and your tackles if they block correctly for you. Or if you need to, you can cut up field. Just, just got to read your blocks and such. Just another version of halfback dive, but with a little bit of an outside edge to it. Okay? Now you got cross punch, just another play we brought over from 07 that I touched up just a little bit. Next up, we got slot drive. That's another one. I actually don't think I changed anything except I think I gave it a better comeback route. Here's QB ramp. Again, great little play. This time it's from this formation. I like the numbers over here. Nobody over here to defend my quarterback for an easy touchdown. Really good play. Next up, we got sail. This is a new concept I've been working on. Now, this came from 07, but I added a couple different things. This is a flood concept, and it's really neat when you're going up against zone in particular. I'm going to see if I can pull this off. We're going man here. You can do a quick action there to your wide receiver. But against zone, that route's really good against cover 3 and 4 and such. Go over the top. Just another good drop back play. Good catch there. Let's keep going. Next up, we have quick strike. This one, I think I had to create all together. Whatever was there, I did not like at all. But I have a wheel concept on one end. I got a center beater and an out and a wheel route with your halfback. We got speed option. Quick slants is a really nice concept that I've come up with. For going man, what you can do here is bounce this over really quick to your wide receiver against man. If it's zone, you can go over to your halfback. If it's man cover 0, you can go to your tight end. Looks like they're going over there again. This may get picked. They're going zone. This is what I wanted to say. We got a slant over the middle if we need that, or you just go to your halfback and pick up whatever yards you can. Really good play there. Next up, we have, let's see, Texas corner is another one. I touched up just a little bit. There's some weird combinations. This is like that sail concept we just looked at earlier, but with some differences. Here's another one you're going to be excited about. Motion wide receiver option. We had some of this in the under center, like, the ones that I fixed out of like I-Twins, Ace Big Tight End, or Ace Big Twins. Now we got it from the gun. So let's go ahead and go against a random from nickel. We're going zone. If you need to, you can just hand it off to your halfback if you like the numbers there. Here's another cool thing you can do. They are going man. Now you can leave your wide receiver over there, or you can hit the left button. You notice here I have my cursor on him now. I can hit the left button. Boom, now you got a little two-back slot look. Do this. And if I would have pitched it correctly, he probably would have got 6 points. Look how wide open he was. So we could try that again, make it look decent if possible. We can go here, bring it back. Do something like this. This should come out a little bit better. It helps you if you got Vincent K. Young to do your damage for you. Just a great little play. Nice little concept. Now imagine taking that concept and putting that in the other gun formations. I mean, just options are just limitless at this point. Corner curls. This is just another drop back play. You got a flare, little man concept on the right and zone on the other side. Flanker screen. I've done a little touch up there. Really no different from the one than gun Ace Twins. QB power. We looked at that earlier. It's in this formation now. We also got a halfback screen. This is my patent halfback screen. And what's interesting about this one, you can add a little motion to it. Here we got zone. I'm going to bring this blocker over like this, and then you can dump it to your halfback. Now you got an extra blocker on that side. If it's man, you can leave him over there. You can go and hit your man concepts on the other side, and you get a touchdown as such. Really good play there, but I like that extra motion. Just gives a little extra kick. And let's see what else we have. And I think that is it. So I hope you're going to like this. Now, again, wing tight end, trio offset. Now, let's go look at a couple things on the website. Here is the main folder. I have a link in the description below where you go to my main page where it has all this stuff, the link to this folder. This is the file, PG Master version 4.5 beta. Again, just be cautious. Something may go wrong if you use this. We're not sure. Again, I've tested it a bunch already, but that doesn't mean something can't go wrong. Okay. Now, if you want to contact JD, this is JD Halfrack on Discord. He's the tech guy. He's the one who knows how to handle stuff on the back end. I can help you with concept stuff. If you have an idea of, hey, this route may be better than another route, you can contact me. But I'm bringing this up because you need to join the NCAA Next Discord. Get on there, and if you have a question for JD, go over to the modding section, go down to NCAA Playbook Editor, and here's where you can type in, ask him questions. If you see something off, hey, my dynasty froze on me because of this file. Lord, I hope that doesn't happen. I don't think it would, but you just never know. Because again, we are testing the memory side of things with this file, and we're doing a bunch of new stuff with this playbook file. I'm not going to get into that yet, but this is just the beginning of it. So hopefully you enjoyed all this. I think this is really neat. We got 2 new formations to play around with. Hopefully you'll enjoy those, make good use of them. I know I will, so you're going to see me show that off in my current dynasty. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.